Why does every celebrity try to open a restaurant? Kanye failed. Drake failed. Justin Timberlake brutally failed. That cannot be real. Oh my god.
Bro, that's disgusting.
See, I've created a mega list of the best celebrity restaurants, and I'm on a non-stop mission to see if they're actually good or if they should be closed forever. You guys loved the last episode where Kevin Hart actually ended up winning. So this time I'm finding out once and for all which celebrity restaurant is the best. Buckle up, Kevin, because we're hopping on a flight all the way to Detroit, Michigan. Knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already.
Mom's spaghetti.
We're at Mom's Spaghetti, and if you can't tell by the way that I'm dressed, this restaurant is owned by the man himself, Eminem. That's right, the GOAT himself. Eminem has really done it all, from winning 15 Grammys to getting his own official Fortnite skin. But now he's breaking into the restaurant business. He started this restaurant back in 2021 with the goal of creating pasta that literally tastes like your mom's leftover homemade spaghetti. The restaurant's name comes from the iconic line from his biggest hit, Lose Yourself. This restaurant seems to serve some food items I've never heard of, such as the
spaghetti sandwich. Mom's got that too.
As a long-term Eminem fan myself, I'm hoping he doesn't disappoint me, but this customer did not give me too much hope. Have you guys tried the spaghetti?
Oh yeah, spaghetti's dog. Yeah, spaghetti's dog.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
What's up, fellas?
I ordered a spaghetti sandwich and spaghetti and meatballs, and the food was done almost instantly.
It's Eminem.
We headed upstairs to the small seating area where we discovered this tiny little store. The inside was awesome. They had Eminem memorabilia everywhere, like this actual outfit he wore in one of his iconic music videos. I thought that was pretty cool, you know, not gonna lie. You can purchase everything from merchandise to whoopee cushions in here, but today I'm here for the food. It's review time. I've never heard of a spaghetti sandwich before, so this is gonna be a first. Oh my god. The bread looks gas. The spaghetti looks a little bit dry. I'm gonna give it a shot. It's alright. It's kind of exactly what you'd imagine it to taste like. You don't really taste the spaghetti that much because there's so much butter on the toast. Now for the main item, spaghetti and meatballs. I'm actually really excited for this. Get a nice big bite. Let's give it a shot. It just tastes like actual homemade spaghetti, which is kind of the point of the restaurant. But like, why would you go to a restaurant if you can make it at home? I had my good friend Owen try the food, and he'll be helping us rate all the items throughout this video. He pretty much felt the same way I did about the food, but one thing stuck out to him.
I have no complaints on the meatball. That's a solid tasting meatball. That's like a 7 out of 10 meatball.
Overall, this place is okay, but personally, I wouldn't spend $23 on this. We have a ton more celebrity restaurants to visit, and I have a feeling there's gonna be a lot better ones and potentially a lot worse ones, but there's only one way to find out. And so the journey continues with a flight all the way to California, where we arrive at our next restaurant. Behind me is Flecha, a brand new restaurant owned by the sexiest man in Hollywood, Mark Wahlberg. Not only is he one of the most famous actors in the world, but also a rapper, a Calvin Klein model, and somehow he's still not in Fortnite.
Are you out of your mind?
The dude's become one of the richest actors ever. And what did he do with his money? Tacos. He opened a Mexican restaurant, and Mark seems to be very confident with the opening of this new restaurant.
I think that the emphasis on quality, not only the quality of the food, the quality of the experience, the response has been fantastic.
Don't believe him? Take it from Mike. Oh, that's not. But let's see. Can an underwear model actually make good tacos? There's only one way to find out. When I walked into this place, I thought to myself, yo, this place is crazy.
Yo, this place is crazy.
This restaurant was absolutely massive. There was so much seating, I genuinely can't imagine this place packed full. There's indoor and outdoor bars, and of course there's photos of Marky Poo himself on every wall. This one in particular caught me so off guard. I'm definitely gonna have to ask the staff what that one's about. We were led to our table and were gifted complimentary chips and salsa, which I devoured.
It's really good.
Then we ordered an irresponsible amount of food. But first, this is a passion fruit drink. Hopefully this didn't cost us $13. Probably did.
Ooh, you know what it tastes like, bro?
a passion fruit drink. Yeah, it's just like straight passion fruit syrup. It's good though. And then within a few minutes, our first item came out.
We have the pescado ceviche here, sir.
Woo! What's your favorite Mark Wahlberg movie?
I would have to say Ted. It's a great movie to put on with the boys on a Friday night or
no cap,
Sunday
brother.
night.
That looks so good. Just like fresh avocado and yellowtail. Look at that bite. Let's try it. I don't know how much this costed, so I don't know if it's worth it. It's just like a super refreshing sushi salad. Off taste alone, this is fire. These are the carne asada street tacos. Your boy's a taco fanatic, so it'd be really hard for these not to be good. I'm gonna dip it in this green sauce they got going on. Looks fire. Here we go. Oh.
Really?
This is not your average street taco. This tastes like it was expensive because you can tell the meat in here is like pretty top quality. So these are the mole enchiladas. When I ordered these, my server told me that they taste like chocolate.
It tastes chocolatey kind of.
Chocolatey? I smelled them and not the typical smell you get from enchilada. All right, here we go. I don't like that. Honestly, the enchilada is really, really, really good. I don't like the sauce. Chocolate and enchiladas just, for me, they don't mix. I had Owen try them just to make sure I wasn't tripping, and surprisingly,
Dude, I actually like it. It is kind of chocolatey, but it almost tastes more like pasta sauce.
we finished with fried ice cream, which was just straight up vanilla ice cream with cinnamon toast crunch on top. Pretty mid and expensive. For $96, this was on the pricier side, but it's a really cool spot to hang out and you won't be disappointed in the tacos. That being said, before I leave, I just have to find out what this weird picture was about. We're just like filming a video and I didn't know if that's like an inside joke or something.
You guys put that there?
No, it was just here.
He sees that, he's gonna kill one of us.
Mark, can we leave it up?
Sure, I didn't see it. I'm not manager.
Oh, oh no, oh no.
Yeah.
No? No, okay, all right, we should probably leave. Flecha? More like sheesh. That was low-key. That was low-key gas, Mark. We can't go in public, bro. So we hopped in the whip to continue our journey of finding the best celebrity restaurant. I'm excited to see, will Kevin Hart be dethroned? Well, I have a lot of faith in our next restaurant, Tagine, and it's owned by the elusive Ryan Gosling. I mean, he's one of the most famous actors in the world, from classics like The Notebook to Gen Z TikTok movies like Barbie. The man does it all, including Moroccan food. A much younger Ryan back in 2004 spent his savings on this restaurant because he loved the food so much he wanted to eat it every day. At the time, he would absolutely grind working and washing dishes to support the restaurant along the head chef, Chef Ben. Nowadays, it's a celebrity hotspot visited by Mike Tyson, Keanu Reeves, and most importantly, me. Inside of this restaurant had crazy vibes. It had a calming home-style interior, and fun fact, Ryan Gosling himself actually built this mirror.
This mirror here was built by Ryan?
Yeah, he bought the African wood, burned it.
You gonna get me in front of the mirror?
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with Ryan Gosling. And then this suspicious man led me into an alley. We get killed and sacrificed to Ryan Gosling. Somehow we survived and were led to this majestic backyard area to sit down. This is a crazy vibe, guys. Sheesh! This is beautiful. Wow. Gosling. Freaking snap, my dude. We ordered a bunch of stuff to try, and it didn't take very long for the first plate to come out. Wow. Thank you. This is the beet salad. It looks like we got peanuts, tomato, beets, and greens. Dude, this is gonna be hard to review. I don't know what I'm looking for in this. Pretty good, actually. It's really different for me. I'm not gonna lie. The beets are really sweet. The peanuts add a nice nutty flavor. Everything in it seems super fresh. Oh my goodness. This is chicken on top of couscous. Couscous is like a Moroccan style rice. I've only had it once or twice in my life. I don't really remember it. So I'm gonna start with that. That's good. Texture is like if you dumped an Orbeez packet into your mouth. This is the chicken. Looks incredibly juicy and delicious. It's lemony, it's garlicky, super moist. So good, bro. This is the lamb chops. Not much experience with lamb, so this is gonna be interesting. It's seasoned absolutely perfectly, extremely tender, extremely flavorful. I just genuinely don't like the flavor of lamb. Yeah, so lamb isn't my forte, so I had Owen try it and he let me know right away.
I've never had lamb chops before. Those are kicking. Those are really good. You can't really relate it to any meat. It's a very unique meat. It's a very unique meat.
And while we waited for our dessert to arrive, the legend himself, Chef Ben, the man who owns the restaurant with Ryan Gosling, came to say hello.
I have this little place, it's called Tagine Beverly Hills, and who makes it happen is Ryan Gosling. He's the one who made it happen for my life, actually, because he wants to eat my food every day. His family to all of us, because he lived with us here for so many years. Next time when you come in here and you taste my tasty menu, actually, it's very orgasmic.
You're doing a really good thing. It was nice to meet you. Thanks for saying hi.
Let me bring you some Moroccan mint tea.
Wow, look at that. Ooh, nice pour, brother. Okay. That's fire. Moroccan mint tea, underrated, bro. Okay, look at this. Almond baklava. I'm so excited. Okay, here we go. Oh my God. That's so good. It's like 100 fried layers of dough with this super sweet honey almond jam. After we finished, Chef Ben took us to see the behind the scenes in the kitchen. We got to see how all the food is made, and he even let me wash my hands in the exact same sink that Ryan Gosling would wash his. I'm living my dream. Look, this restaurant may be expensive, but you pay for quality and passion here. Everything we ate was incredibly well done, and you can taste the effort and heart that Chef Ben puts into the food. Altogether, it makes for an incredibly magical dining experience. But does it have what it takes to be crowned the best celebrity restaurant? Well, it's going to be competing with the next restaurant, which has a ton of hype. We are here at Trejo's Tacos, owned by the legendary Danny Trejo. He's known as one of the baddest men in Hollywood with over 250 roles. From iconic shows like Breaking Bad, he plays some of the worst villains in history. But off screen, the dude just loves tacos.
I never get tired of showing you how good a taco is.
Danny opened his restaurant back in 2016 and now has 5 locations.
I'm gonna make a fortune with these.
Danny's goal with the restaurant is quite simple.
We're a family restaurant. I want people to feel like they're eating in my living room.
A ton of you guys recommended me to come here from part 1. So let's see, is it worth the hype? On first impressions, this place had a very clean, modern feeling while still having a ton of charm. I thought these animal heads on the wall were especially cool, and there was even a place to buy your own Trejo's merchandise. We were sat by our waitress and ordered a ton of food. Do you ever see Danny Trejo in here?
He comes in often.
Really?
Like Mondays, he usually has like all his meetings in here. He's gonna ask you for pictures. He'll walk up to you and like give you a hug.
They brought out some complimentary chips, which were busting out the hinges.
Yo, that's fire.
Then our first item came out, horchata. I've only had horchata a few times. I do really like it. I like it because it's not too sweet. It's a bomb drink, dude. That's good. All of our food arrived lightning fast and looked scrumptious. Starting with our first item, the chicken taco. Looks so gas. To be completely honest, it's all right, but the chicken is incredibly dry and the tortilla is a little bit too hard. To make sure I wasn't tripping or being too harsh, I had Owen try it.
It's dry. It's like hard to swallow. I like need water after that. That's a really dry taco.
I'm gonna try the barbacoa taco. Hopefully this is better. It's really good. This taco, noticeably better. The tortilla is a lot softer on this one, and the meat's a lot more moist. Really well seasoned, honestly, gas taco.
Yeah, the meat in this one is way more juicy. It's a really good taco.
This one is one of Trejo's favorites, the shrimp quesadilla.
Shrimp, cheese, forever. Remember that. That is so good.
It's dripping with juice. Little dip action. Oh, that's so good. Oh my God, that's so good. That's so bomb. That's so good, bro. Whatever cheese they use is perfect. Super flavorful. Whatever they use on the shrimp is a little bit sweet. You mix that with the cheese, it's a perfect balance. This is probably one of the best things we've had out of any of these restaurants. And we finished it off with some churros. Come on, bro. These are unbelievable, bro. You can tell they make them homemade and just fried them. They don't lack on the cinnamon and sugar, and the dipping sauces are a perfect combination with it. It's doing Irish jigs on my taste buds. All in all, Trejo's Tacos is not only affordable, but oh my gosh, did it taste amazing. This quesadilla was just unforgettable. Not to mention these churros that I am convinced were handcrafted by angels. I can absolutely see why this place has 5 locations, and best believe I'm coming back here. Trejo's, you did not disappoint. But we still have a lot of restaurants to get to, and I'm not fully convinced that this is the winner, which is exactly why we're hopping on a flight all the way to Sin City. That's right, Las Vegas, baby. And our next restaurant goes by the name of Nelly's Southern Kitchen, owned by the Jonas Brothers. The Joe Bros are a famous boy band made up of 3 brothers, Kevin, Joe, and Nick, who rose to stardom on the Disney Channel through their show Jonas and the classic Disney movie Camp Rock. Throughout this time, the brothers were dropping albums and developing a cult-like fan base that ultimately made them become one of the most popular boy bands of all time.
Now that's something you don't see every day.
After years of being on tour, these brothers decided to team up with their parents and return to their roots to create a restaurant catered to the food they grew up eating. Entering the restaurant, you're immediately met with this massive portrait of their grandma Nelly, and the entire restaurant is very modern Southern themed. Everything was very classy except for this unbelievably cursed table. Yeah, the restaurant had heavy animal theming for whatever reason, but they also somehow managed to incorporate the Jonas Brothers. We were led to our table where we proceeded to wait over 20 minutes for our waiter to arrive, but at this point, I didn't really care. I was just hungry, so I ordered a stupid amount of food. While we wait for our food, I feel like I should tell you guys, this is a very expensive video. And we are trying to hit 1 million subscribers by the end of the year, so I need you guys to subscribe. The content we have coming is bonkers. You don't want to miss it. I'm telling you, we're about to go crazy. Wow. So these are the house-made biscuits. This is one of the Jonas Brothers' favorite items here.
We're just excited to have some biscuits tonight.
Give it a shot. Biscuits are known to be extremely dry. These are, for a biscuit, extremely moist, and you can tell that they probably dunked this thing in butter, but it's really delicious. Oh my goodness. This is a lot of food, bro. We're actually going broke. This is the chicken and dumplings. Apparently, this is like their staple item at this restaurant.
By far, the chicken and dumplings is probably one of my favorites.
So I'm hoping it's good. Bottoms up. You know what, it's all right. It straight up just tastes like chicken noodle soup if you turned it into pudding. But there's not much to be said about it, and I probably wouldn't order it again. Just being honest. Here we go, guys. This is the chicken and waffles. Look at that bite right there. Dip it in the syrup. This is a bold move, bro. Oh my gosh, that looks amazing. Let's go for it. How could you not like that? But to be honest, the chicken's pretty dry. The waffle's kind of dry. You kind of have to drench it in syrup for it to be easy to eat. So this is the Love Bug Cheeseburger. What a name, first of all. Driest burger of all time. That just tasted like bread. We finished off with a dessert called the Cup of Joe, which is based off one of their many music videos. Cup of Joe, here we go. Yeah, if you like really rich chocolatey things, you'll probably like it.
I mean, it's pretty delicious.
To keep it 100 with you guys, Nelly's was extremely pricey for what you get. I mean, $33 for this plate alone is low-key criminal. The food isn't necessarily bad, but unless you're the world's biggest Jonas Brother fan, I would probably spend my dollars at a different celebrity restaurant. We decided to hit the Vegas Strip to walk off the calories, and I got this awesome Instagram photo. Please go validate me and go like it, and also comment this emoji so I know if you're a real one. We made our way to our next flight, which by the way is a red-eye flight. I didn't sleep at all last night, and unfortunately, I won't be sleeping tonight. But I have a mission to complete, and we still need to find our winner. I'm on 0 hours of sleep. This trip has been absolutely brutal. But guess what? We are here at MrBeast Burger, obviously owned by MrBeast. Come on, did you really think you were gonna get on YouTube today and somehow avoid seeing this face? There's no avoiding it.
There's no hiding. He's a part of us all.
MrBeast had an event at this exact location where over 10,000 fans showed up. But since opening, Beast Burger has been under fire with many controversies. Wait, that's the wrong one. I'm referring to the one about the quality control of his delivery service.
Oh my God, bro.
Hell no. So I'm here to do some investigating and see if the food at the physical location is better. Oh yeah, and he's also in Fortnite. Inside of this restaurant is like an iPad kid's dream. This is if a YouTube thumbnail was a restaurant. There's an actual merchandise store inside in case you want to get some MrBeast drip. As decoration, they had some props from real MrBeast videos, and I also thought this wall of money was pretty sweet. As expected, there was a ton of kids inside, and then there was me, a grown man ordering what's called
a beast style burger.
After ordering, the food came out pretty fast.
It's breakfast time. Starting with the French fries. There's really not that much to say about them. Pretty solid. This is the Carl's grilled cheese. Kind of fire, I'm not gonna lie. I love the type of cheese they're using. It's that fake American cheese. It's so delicious. For what this item is, I feel like it's absolutely perfect. Now for the chicken sandwich. I don't even know what I just bit into right there. I bit into the chicken and I got like a rock hard piece of breading. Kind of at a loss for words. I've never had that happen on a chicken sandwich. Hopefully the cheeseburger will save it. This is the beast style burger. This is Jimmy's #1 pick. Here we go. I thought this was gonna suck, but it's actually really good. The only problem with it is it's one of the oiliest burgers I've ever tried. For $10, I'm not complaining. Honestly, delicious burger. I'm actually impressed.
Owen liked everything except for the chicken sandwich.
I'm not even kidding. That was a really hard bite.
But overall, this is a fun place to sit down and enjoy a burger, especially because it's pretty affordable. I don't hate this place at all. But before I left, I had to at least make a lucky basketball shot.
All right, guys. Curry. Oh, sorry, my bad. That's our cue to get out of here.
And that's exactly what we did. As it comes down to the last few restaurants, we're about to find out which one is truly the best. We drove a few hours to our second to last restaurant located in the iconic New York City. It's called
Joanne Trattoria, and it's owned by the legendary pop icon Lady Gaga.
From performing at the Super Bowl halftime show to wearing a dress made of actual meat, it's safe to say she's done it all. Oh, and you can't forget, she's also in Fortnite. But beyond all of that, she also owns an Italian restaurant. She actually teamed up with her dad on this project, and her father has been running the restaurant now for 14 years. Gaga is a massive fan of the food, but not everyone agrees.
A high-profile food critic from the New York Daily News described Gaga's parents' Italian restaurant as worse than herpes.
Worse than getting herpes.
As someone who considers himself a Lady Gaga fan, I'm really hoping that isn't true. Walking into the restaurant, it immediately had a different vibe from any of the previous restaurants we visited. There's some obvious quaint Italian vibes, but beyond that, Lady Gaga is plastered on every wall. The decorations in here seem to just be all over the place. Like, what is up with this random Red Bull mini fridge and this painting? I don't know. But this only makes me even more curious to try this food. We were sat at a table and ordered quite the meal, starting with a lime mocktail. Fancy.
I've never had anything like this, so I don't know if I'm gonna enjoy it. Really good. Way better than the passion fruit drink at Flecha.
So we were waiting for our food to come out, but then out of nowhere...
Are we ready to learn who our special guest is tonight? The one and only Vicky V.
Yeah, this was something I would have never expected.
Dude,
oh my God.
We're just getting started.
And our next item arrived, cantaloupe and prosciutto. Meat with fruit feels so wrong, but honestly, this was delicious.
It's something about the really salty meat and the really sweet melon that works so well together. Don't knock it till you try it. This is delicious.
We had no problem destroying this plate before our next item arrived. Pepperoni pizza, a classic. This pizza was very tasty, but for $24, it was a bit underwhelming. It was very dough heavy and not as crispy as I'd prefer.
It's the floppiest piece of pizza I've ever seen.
But it wasn't bad, just sort of mid. This is quite the unique restaurant, but I gotta say, it does fit Lady Gaga's vibe. Speaking of Lady Gaga, her dad was just casually walking through the restaurant. You know, if you think about it, he technically created Lady Gaga because I'm not gonna get into that. The next plate was spaghetti and meatballs. Watch out, Eminem. Now this dish was something you'd call your mama about. It was everything you could want out of spaghetti and meatballs. Cooked perfectly, meaty, flavorful, balanced, and the quality of the ingredients went crazy.
All I know is this gives Eminem a run for his money.
Owen really enjoyed this one as well. After even more drag queens, we ended on a high note with dessert. Cannolis. Now this was my first time ever having a cannoli, and I thought it was kind of lacking in the dessert category. It was basically a crispy pastry with some semi-sweet cream inside. Overall, yes, this restaurant is on the pricier side, but compared to some of the other restaurants, I think this one definitely makes up for it with ambiance and food. I would personally come here for the spaghetti and for the free show. This was for sure one of the better restaurants we've been to and a very unique experience.
That was crazy, bro.
We briefly walked around New York City before hopping on our final flight, which took us all the way back home to none other than California. This one was actually really close to where I lived, so it only made sense to grab the skateboards. Oh, a YouTuber that can also skate? You guys didn't know I had it like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've made it to our final restaurant of this video. What a journey it's been. We're here at Guac Amigos, owned by the iconic skateboard legend Tony Hawk.
I mean, Tony Hawk is a household name, whether it's from his iconic skateboard games or sports moments that define skateboarding itself. Growing up, Tony Hawk was always a huge inspiration to me, and to this day, he's still on his grind. Guys, there's a lot more where that came from. Make sure you subscribe. Tony has a large portfolio of investments, but today we're looking at his Mexican restaurant that serves some very unique items. On opening day, Tony put a massive half pipe in the parking lot outside the restaurant and did some gnarly moves, which honestly makes this restaurant already seem way cooler. I was a big fan of the interior of this restaurant. I appreciate the attention to detail and theming. Specifically, they had surfboards, snowboards, and even skateboards that actually belong to Tony Hawk. What? And not to mention, this restaurant has easily the best view out of any of the restaurants we've been to. All right, that's enough glazing because we have to see if the food's actually good. And so for the last time, we ordered way too much food, and in a few minutes, our first item arrived.
These are the Tony Hawk taquitos, looking absolutely scrumptious. Dip action, you know the vibes. Tony. That's really good. These are probably the best taquitos I've ever had. I like these because the shell stays crispy on the outside, but has a nice doughy texture on the inside. And the meat is extremely juicy, extremely tender, and really well seasoned. These are a hit. They're really good, bro.
That sauce is delicious. That sauce is so good. What is that? Is that like Chipotle? The sauce is the winner in my opinion.
These are the lobster tacos. Never really thought about putting lobster in a taco, but I mean, it's gotta be good. That boy's dripping. The lobster definitely comes through, but by the time you put the corn tortilla and all the other ingredients in here, it kind of just gets lost in the sauce. It's delicious, but I feel like I wouldn't pay extra for the lobster. I'd kind of just rather go with like a chicken or beef. Okay guys, just prepare for this one. These are fried avocado. Never heard of that in my life. Okay, I'm gonna dip it in the sauce. First time, here we go. Really weird. So the outside is obviously super crispy and the inside is like just straight smushy. It's hot. It's hot. The textures are very interesting on this, but that being said, I feel like if you fry anything, it's delicious. These are good. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, it's time to dig into the churro butter cake. This looks incredible. Oh, here we go. It's not like a moist cake, it's more of a crumbly kind of cake, which I actually do like. It definitely tastes like a churro butter cake and it's delicious.
Dude, that's so good. That's so good.
So this place isn't the most expensive restaurant, but it also isn't the cheapest. I think the quality and the taste of the food was exactly where it needed to be, and the inside had some great vibes. This is in fact one of the best celebrity restaurants we've been to. Waiting for this bill to come felt like an eternity. As much fun as this was, I'm so happy to finish this trip. And finally, the bill arrived and I walked out those doors knowing I could finally decide which celebrity restaurant is truly the best. All right, guys, I caught up on my sleep. My taste buds have slightly recovered. And after reviewing the footage, I think I've came to my consensus. Look, we've been to some really great restaurants and some not so good restaurants. Tagine shined in hospitality and delicious home-cooked meals. Lady Gaga surprisingly makes some good pasta and unsurprisingly has quite the show. Tony Hawk blew me out of the water and apparently has more than just one talent. But overall, there's one restaurant that really stuck with me by having incredible taste, great affordability, and off-the-chart good vibes. And that restaurant belongs to none other than Danny Trejo. Give it up. Now, truthfully, I didn't even really know who this guy was before visiting his restaurant, but thanks to you guys commenting, I've discovered an absolute gem. I guess it goes to show that it's not about the person owning the restaurant, because Danny Trejo's may not be the most famous person on this list. In fact, he's not even in Fortnite. No! But his passion and attention to quality shines above, and I think he absolutely earned the title of the best celebrity restaurant. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, subscribe, and if you want to see more videos like this, let me know. I love you permanently, and deuces.